Good morning, Galilee. This is Paula coming to you from sunny Florida. It's been in the low 70s, and today they said it could get up to 81. Please don't hate me. I'm hoping to send some of the warmth and sunshine your way. So there was several things I was going to talk about. I had a couple topics, and then something came up, a decision that I have to make that I decided, okay, this is, I think, what I'm going to talk about. And from what happened when I was first thinking about this topic and how it ended, is what's most important. So, quite a while back, I was asked to be Vice President of Communications for Chesapeake District for LWML. It's a fairly big commitment, and I'd actually be working with some people for the national. And I thought, it didn't sound that bad at first, but then, like anything, it's really not that bad. And then I got, the job description, and I'm thinking, well, it's quite a bit. It's certainly way more than I do now. And so, but I continued to think about it, and the good thing was it wasn't going to be till September. So I don't know that I might have even put it on the back burner. So then right before we left for Florida, I get an email that the Vice President of Communications has resigned and they wanted me to hop in. So I thought, oh, now that, and then I had to get really serious. So then they resent me the job descriptions, and then I got all the committee things. And I assumed I was just the publicity part, which is still that much stuff. But I really wasn't sure, and I was questioning and all that stuff. And just thinking, and what I tend to do is overthink, and I'm thinking, okay, before you do anything, you have got to do what you're supposed to do and give it to God. And I did, and I prayed a lot. And then I looked up, I was thinking, okay, what does the Bible say about making decisions? Because, they always have something to say. And one was Proverbs 3:5-6. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. The first thing any Christian should do when faced with a decision is to ask God's advice. See, that wasn't one thing that I was really good at doing. The Bible reminds us not to lean on our imperfect human understanding, because that's often how regretful mistakes are made. And I know that because, I've made many. And then Psalm 115:3. The right choice is to trust the Lord and acknowledge his ways over our own. If we seek him and desire to obey his word, he will bring fruit to our decision making. When we hope in the sovereign plan for our lives, we can make choices fully trusting that what he planned to do in our lives, he will do. And I know enough to know that he already knows what I'm going to do, or he knows what I'm thinking about. And then Isaiah, the Lord will provide you continuously, giving you water when you are dry and restoring your strength. And that Proverbs again, this is what I'm going to put on my mirror. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. I actually think that should be a bumper sticker. So I thought, wow, this is, and then I reached out to several people that have more experience than I do, really involved in the district board and things like that. So I was thinking, and when I went to bed last night, I really prayed again and prayed, and I was lying in bed. I remember just looking up and saying, if this is something I need to do, please, could you give me a sign? Went to sleep, got up this morning. My husband was making coffee. Our roommates were still asleep. And I turned my phone on. Facebook popped up, and there's Pastor Matt. And the title of the devotion was Accepting the Call. And I'm thinking, wow, maybe that's the sign. accepting the call. And so, the devotion was wonderful. It really got to me. And then, especially the part like Pastor was, adding things like, the call could be in your vocation, in church, and, different things. And I'm thinking, wow. And I even commented to him, like, I really needed to hear that. And then after the devotion was over, and keep in mind, sometimes I watch it in the morning, sometimes later, but it just was there. And I'm thinking, I do think that's a sign. And so I turned my phone off and I was reading through the Bible and different things. And all of a sudden, I felt such a peace. I knew what decision I was going to make. And I know God knows it, and I know He's going to be with me and help me. And He will help me rearrange my schedule and do some things I need to do. But I'm thinking, okay, from now on, everything, I keep saying it, but this was like one just like aha moment for me. So for the next week, focus on decision making when something comes up. Do you go straight to God at first? Like, without even thinking. See, I've always been overthinking things, and I think first, and I'm not going to do that anymore because it works. And so think about that for next week. Believe it or not, I really do miss you all. The biggest thing I miss is our lectionary study, because that's not on Zoom, and I can see it. He can't streamline that, and it's so good, and we have such good discussions. And so when he was saying that this morning when his devotion, it was like, oh, I miss that so much. So I'm looking forward to being back for that, and to be in church. I know we can, see it on the screen, but it's not the same. So anyway, with that, I'll be seeing you by video, not next week, the following week. And until then, give everything to God immediately. And always remember what I say, to look up. Until next time, bye.